Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marshall. We're joined by Henry. You know what time it is. It's time for your Tuesday night Overwatch. Henry, tonight is going to be a big one.
Important one.
If you tuned in, you know this week we are playing the Ohio State University. And in terms of Overwatch, this is the big matchup. This is the
game to
number
win.
1 versus number 2, and we could jump them in the standings to take first place.
Yes. First place in our PEC conference.
PEC conference.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. This is the important game of the season. This is the make or break. Will we win our division? Not necessarily win, but it'll definitely show some power standings. We'll get a good gauge on where we lie, both in our PEC division, but also nationwide as a collegiate team where we are. So this is an important one to win.
Absolutely. Yeah, and to speak again about important matchups, we play Syracuse after Ohio State, and that one's also going to be a huge matchup. We've been practicing against Syracuse a lot this season before our matches, so that one really is going to have a deep storyline. Lots of things to pull from those scrimmages. Henry, what should the folks at home know about Ohio State before this matchup?
So Ohio State has some pretty solid players. We have played against them in scrims, same with lots of these teams in the PEC conference that we're in. So we're not unfamiliar with these players' play styles, but they do have Lau, who is a pretty threatening support player, champion-ranked support player who rivals the skill of our very own Cinex. So this is going to be a sort of clash between our support lineups. There's a chance for him to flex onto the hit scan role as well. We'll see where they kind of match up. They also have King Donut and Orem, both players that I have seen in the rank ladder. They are also upper grandmaster, lower champ level players. Very, very strong face-it players. So this is going to be a scary one that we're going to need to play our very best to win.
So you're saying we might find ourselves here for all 5 tonight, potentially?
Potentially a 5-map series for sure.
We love a good 5-map series, especially when it's the top of the table brawl here. I'm excited for this matchup. Henry, how about you?
Super excited. This is the one to win.
This is the big one to win. And while we wait for teams to get situated here, don't change that browser, everybody. We will be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So over the course of this little break here, the bans came through, as you can see at the top of your screens. It's a Zarya, it's a Tracer. Now, the Zarya ban does not surprise me in the slightest from Ohio State.
No, it doesn't surprise me. I'm not familiar with who they are strongest at in terms of the tank roster, but if you're playing a comp that you just don't want to have to deal with the Zarya, or you don't feel like you can match the Zarya, it's pretty much an instant ban in this current meta.
And especially with the fact that my dog died loves to play on that Zarya.
Yes, yeah.
It's a pretty heavy statement ban, I think, from Ohio State. Now, the Tracer ban from Kansas makes a lot of sense to me. Again, if you remember their match against, I think it was it Boise State or was it Utah? They just gave them so much grief with the Tracer, just be able to get in that back line and just get free real estate.
Yeah, that was Utah. We saw them just sort of position their Tracer on an angle that was becoming very, very, very problematic for KU throughout the course of the match. I'm sure there was a lot of frustration and a lot of thought went into how do we deal with the Tracer, put out that fire over and over and over again. So I don't blame them for banning the Tracer. It's possible that at this point in our team's sort of chemistry, we're just not quite prepared for a really, really strong Tracer player. So I respect that ban for sure.
Yeah, and it could be one of those things where you do the Tracer ban now, so you can get map number 1 in your favor, get that first point in this series, and then you deal with it on the other sorts of modes. I think that also might be the motivation behind the Zarya ban here from both teams.
For sure.
But I guarantee you, it's probably going to be Orisa coming out. From my dog died, probably going to be just an Orisa mirror tank situation here.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see. They'll probably end up playing a monkey kind of thing for the what's the map called? City Center. Probably end up playing a monkey dive comp for City Center, but
yeah, and we don't know what first point's going to be here. The map fly-through does not reveal that much to us. While we kind of just sit here with a little technical pause for the teams, we will get everything situated here, and it looks like they're getting ready to unpause. Hello again, everybody. It's our beautiful faces. But yes, it looks like the teams are now up and in the server. So, Henry, what else should the people at home know before we cut to the action here?
Yeah. So I'm interested to see here. Well, we need to know what the first map is for sure.
Wait, what the first point is.
Looks like we're getting into it here. So I was interested to see if we're going to end up playing Wu Yang, and we're not playing Wu Yang. Neither team is playing Wu Yang, and that might have something to do with the fact that there is no Zarya on the board and there is no Tracer on the board. Wu Yang likes to put his Tracer in the back line with that ultimate, so a little bit of synergy shut down there. Yeah,
and it looks like we're seeing the Rhine come out here from my dog died. I kind of like this into an Orisa. It can be useful here as Fake Alfie gets punched forward and dies early on here. Not a great way to start things off. My dog died getting caught out as well. Hume and Lau connecting to find the first 2 kills. Ashen gets one back on a King Donut, but Rhett will pick up the next 2, and that's going to be a full team kill for Ohio State.
Looks like they might have just walked a little bit too early there. They needed a little bit more damage before their Symmetra was able to set up.
Yeah, and it looks like my dog is going to go ahead and switch back to the Orisa here. We're going to go for that Orisa mirror. A good opening fight here for Ohio State. He does hit that.
Off the map? Nope, gets double jump back on.
It's Genji. Going to take a lot for him to get speared off the edge of a map here, but it was a good spear by my dog died. Fake Alfie
getting kind of low here.
Also switching on to the Genji, but Mafia will find one onto Ashton here. Donut's going to walk down Swirl. Cynics also goes down. That's going to be another team kill for Ohio State.
That seemed like a fight we could have turned about halfway through the fight there. That Orisa seemed to be really, really out of position, but it ended up like we just kind of got cornered.
The Jayhawks got split up there and beat down. The Buckeyes doing a good job of just playing in this advanced position here, being aggressive and able just to match anything. The Kitsune mirror comes out here. Ashton's going to a little too far up. He's got to retreat. Kansas should just peel away
retreat
here.
Yep.
Yeah, because Lau finds it onto Swirlhawk, and Fake Alpha goes down too. Lau really putting in the work here on the Kiriko.
Yeah, I wonder if the call was to mirror that Kiriko ult. If I'm a team planner, I know that they have the Kitsune before me, and I know that they want to use it early, so I'm thinking maybe we kite it and then re-engage with the Kitsune instead of mirroring it. It's just better for Ohio State if they get the Kitsune out first there.
Yeah, it is. And just an unfortunate bit there. Mafia sitting on that blade. King Donut sitting there on the Orisa ult.
Kansas does have first beat. We're interested to see if they use it for this Orisa ult.
And they will come out. They will use it. And they'll actually find the kill onto Red. Onto Mafia. This is very doable here for Kansas. And there goes Yum. There goes King Donut. They just need to go ahead and collapse on the side here and get that cap started. And they will. King Donut finds one onto Cynic. Sorry. Now he falls too, and it's just Lau. They're going to go try to go for a pick up a stagger here, and they're going to get it.
It's very, very, very well played there. Good stagger. That's going to be at least a 10-second stagger if she gets a different wave than everybody else on the team. And also, notice that they used the blade there. I think that might have been a mistake. They do switch to Pharah here, but using the blade after the beat, before the beat health is gone, is just a mistake.
Yeah.
It seemed like get lost in that fight.
It's a straight mistake there. I do like the Pharah pick, though. It's just going to be really risky because you don't normally have... Like, you don't have a lot of ranged healing to get up to her.
Yes.
And here comes the beat from Rhett.
Here
comes the ult from my dog. Ashen falls to Lau. King Donut finds fake Alfie. And it's going to be a complete backline disintegration for the Jayhawks. And it's just going to be my dog left alive and alone. He's going to get staggered out.
Yeah, my dog turned around and his entire team was dead.
His entire team was dead.
That's okay. That's a tough one. They did pop Kitsune there. They're just trying to secure the point.
Oh, trying to...
No touch.
Yep, no touch. And that's going to be first point for Ohio State. Well played by the Buckeyes on this first point here. Kansas need to respect it. They need to be a little careful going into here on potentially, hopefully, what we see is a third point here. But the second point especially, they need to play together. They need to respect the fact that Ohio State are not afraid to get in there, every single member, to get their hands dirty.
Ohio State's just playing a little bit faster here. Seems like they're a little bit more, grouped up as a more consistent brawl comp. That Pharah pick seemed to be okay. It was only for that one last little fight, but
didn't really
we'll see. We do see the Sojourn coming out, so I do think we were expecting a Pharah here.
Yep, and no sim TP for Kansas here as we get onto this is City Center point. Yes.
This is City Center.
Yeah, that's just trying to remember. I don't play this map too much anymore.
This is the one where you see a lot of dive comps be played because the high ground control is pretty good. But you can also choose to play it from your side. So
and Mafia's already looking worse for the wear here. Lau's going to go ahead and teleport up to him to keep him alive. It's not going to matter. Ashen finds one onto Yum to open us up here. That's a good early pick to find. Lau gets one back onto Cynics. My dog needs a lot of healing here, and he's not going to get it. His gold runs out and his Spirit Swirl. And Donut finds himself with 2, with 3.
I would have really liked to have seen Fake Alpha
with
finish
4.
off that Pharah there, yeah.
4 for King Donut. No ace for the Orisa of Ohio State. Not that aces are a thing in Overwatch, but...
Quintuple kill. that's the version of the ace for Overwatch.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling to hear that little voice line once in a while.
It is. Have to settle for a Quadra as teams settle back into a routine here. Not quite a full mirror. Fake Alfie sticking with the Genji. I think because Ohio State are running the Pharah, a double hit scan would not be a terrible play here from Kansas, I think.
Yeah, especially if we decided to path top high ground. I'm not sure if that's how they're going to play this.
Kitsune comes out here. No Kitsune mirror because Swirlhawk doesn't have it. My dog is probably just going to fall and die here. Yeah, that spear gets blocked by the shield, and there he goes. Lau finds 2 onto Swirlhawk and Ashen. Fake Alfie finds 1 back, but it's not going to be enough. And that's going to be another team fight lost for Kansas. They just don't have an answer.
That 4K kill for King Donut early there in that second team fight, or I guess it was the first team fight even, made it so he was able to build that second perk, shield perk. I believe that my dog chose the other perk now, but we are dealing with an Orisa with shield now, which is a little bit scary.
Oh, and she's going to go ahead and ult that. Cynics will actually get a boop kill onto Rhett. The barrage comes out and does not find anybody. King Donut kills Swirl, but just like that, both backlines are being engaged by the tank and DPS players. And it's just King Donut on an island here, and my dog will find himself with a good few kills on the board, and Kansas finally get their capture percentage.
That's good. KU doing a bit of a taste of their own medicine kind of thing there. That was a very kind of quintessential play that they were running there on that first point. Ohio State was. So good to see us sort of adapting to it, playing a little bit faster, not letting them control the tempo. It's good.
It's good. But now Kansas have to really hold on here. They cannot afford to make an error because if they lose point here, it's going to be a one-fight sort of game here. On the second point of the map. Lau gets an early kill on the Fake Alfie. Not what you want to see, but King Donut not protected by his shield, gets speared in the face. Ashen going to go ahead and pop that overclock. Try to find one. He'll get Rhett. Can he find another? He'll get speared and died. Unfortunate. My dog goes for the ult. His shield, ironically, working for him here just enough. But Young's going to reposition and find one, and this is going to be a complete rout here. The Buckeyes able to withstand It could have gone either way there.
Could have gone either way several times during that fight. Just a couple of small errors there, like, for example, that shield placement, a little bit questionable, not a lot of protection there. Orisa able to just walk past my dog died and get infinite value there.
Yeah. Fake Alfie sitting here with the Blade, not going to have any other ults to support him. There is a Blade on the board. They need to try to get rid of that beat, the beat on the board before Fake Alfie goes for a Blade here.
He's looking for it now. See if he pulls it out. There it is.
Oh,
There's
and the
beat to
Suzu
match.
too. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. It was a good timed beat. And here comes the barrage, and it's going to find it, and that's going to be, I think this is map number 1 here for Ohio State.
Sure looks
it's
like.
It's just Cynics left, yep.
Ohio State had 4 ults there in the pocket to use in that last fight. They're winning fights too easily. We're giving up too much for nothing.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit scary, especially when you see in that first fight. KU looked a little bit worse for wear. I mean, they were kind of backing up continuously, unable to find a good fight to take. So, you know, we just need to match their aggression. We need to control tempo a little better here.
Absolutely. And after this one, Zarya will be back on the board for KU, and so I think it's going to that might also have an impact here.
Certainly.
Yeah, this is going to be.
This is that first fight.
That's that first fight, that first 4K that he picks up. That's a good play of game.
Nice little cleanup.
It's a nice, good start here. The game giving us a good play of game, unlike we saw last week against Boise.
maybe some Blizzard intern turned back the dials.
Oh yeah.
Went to the server room and went, this looks a little weird. Turned it back to the way it normally was.
So, Henry, what do you think the solution is here for Kansas going into the second map here?
Yeah, in all honesty, I think that the comp is going to be a big key factor for Kansas. Our ability to play Zarya, while My Dog Died is not by any means a one trick, it is definitely his strongest pick here. And if King Donut is really, really good at the Orisa, and he wants to force My Dog Died onto the Orisa, you're going to end up seeing a lot of Zarya into Orisa, which is good for the Zarya. It's a good matchup for the Zarya. So, in terms of comp, having the Zarya back on the board is going to be instrumental. Having the Tracer back up on the board is going to allow Cynics to get onto the Wu Yang character, so the comp is going to really open up there, and there's going to be a lot more options for us. In terms of actual team fights, I do think we were playing just a little bit slow, a little bit lackluster. Some of the Blades, some of the OCs didn't really find a lot. We did see Ashen find that one OC kill onto the Lucio and then fall over, so just not quite the tempo that we want to keep up, the aggression that we need.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as we just wait for the teams here, I really hope that Kansas can find a solution here, can find some sort of way to match this aggression that Ohio State feel very comfortable and very keen to put on here. They very much are trying to make a statement tonight about how they are going to be the team to beat going into Vegas next semester.
Yeah, and I think I would have liked to have seen how much their Kiriko was doing.
Yeah.
Just to see the pressure that perhaps their support duo was outputting compared to ours. I know that sometimes our team struggles a little bit to output damage as a backline, so that could potentially be another thing to match the aggression that you're talking about.
Even if we didn't see too much of Lau's perspective, we could see it in the kill feed. Like they were just picking up kills
and assists over and over and over. Yep.
Putting an insane value. We talked about it a little bit before in the intro here, but Lau is also a flex DPS player.
This is true.
So he's playing Kiriko like you'd play flex DPS almost, and it's working out insanely well for them.
Right, let's talk about bans.
Oh,
All right,
the
bans did come out just now. All right, so we've got Ohio State banning Genji. We've got Kansas banning Lucio, and we are on Runasapi now. This is my favorite push map, guys. I love Runasapi. I think it's a really, really well-made map, and I think that the Lucio ban is signaling we are going to play a Wu Yang comp, probably a Wu Yang Tracer Sojourn, probably a Wu Yang Tracer Reaper. Any of those options are coming out from KU. And then, of course, the Zarya. The Zarya is going to be a staple of this comp, and we're going to hopefully start turning more team fights our way.
Yeah, absolutely here. And again, if you've never watched Overwatch before, you know that push is a game mode about momentum.
It is.
And this is going to be especially tough for Kansas going into this. Ohio State very much have the momentum. They have the ability to get in there and control the tempo, to control the fight early on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if we talk about ultimate usage last game, of course, Ohio State coming out with 4 ults in that last fight, just able to sort of spend them wherever they wanted to because our ult economy was worse. Hopefully we see a little bit more pressure coming out, forcing some ults early, turning team fights to be a little bit more fair. So we're getting into the map pretty quickly here.
Yep, teams are now out of the spawn gates and on the board. And yep, there we see it. We see the Zarya comp, the Zarya Reaper comp coming out here.
Really, really interesting from Ohio State. Wow, we're on Juno, Brig, Ram. 3 characters that would be considered probably B-tier characters. Brigitte, if not C-tier this season. So, see how they'll make this work. This is going to be very, very interesting.
I know, they must have something cooked up.
They've got something planned for sure. Here we go. We see the Zarya just giving bubbles to the Reaper, just as we see in this comp. Typical, very, very typical of this comp.
Yeah. Now, as we talked about last week, if you tuned in last week here, Maddie and I talked about how Ramatra can be a very viable hero here. Just his ability to form and punish on overextensions in the counterattack. That's probably why Ohio State are bringing it. But it's not going to matter. Sinix finds himself too. Ashen finds one on a King Donut. That Tracer coming out here from Mafia will get out. Will just get found out there and punished by Ashen, and that's going to be the first fight win for Kansas.
Really good there. We were on the back foot for a little bit, but I think it was a bit of slipping into a position that we needed to be in to explode out at them once we had some high charge, once we had the cooldowns that we needed to. We're waiting out that ram form and then ready to walk at them once their cooldowns are out. It's good.
Now, the trick here, though, is Kansas need to respect the fact that they are playing a high punish comp. Ohio State are going to look for the opportunities to counter press.
Here we see we're backing up a lot for this ram form. We're going to
walk
right back in as soon as the ram form's over.
Have to kite it, have to try to find a pick from an overextension. Yep, and there it goes. My dog that finds Mafia. Yum traits out Swirlhawk, though, down to DPS, down a support player. The Wu Yang ult goes, but not going to find anything. It doesn't matter. It creates a lot of space. The Juno ult comes through here. The Blossom.
The Juno ult's poor. The Juno ult's not good at all.
Not good at all, and King Donut gets caught on the island and dies, but they'll refrag onto My Dog died. And it looks like Ohio State are going to walk away with this. Both their DPS players still being up and alive. They're really making a difference.
Yeah, good stuff. I think that the reason that Juno is considered a pretty B-tier character right now is her ult. While it's still very strong, it's a team fight win button if you use it properly. It's a little bit hard to use. There's a lot of speed in comps these days, and so it's easy to just sort of leave. You can just kite out of a fight that you don't like as soon as you hear the blocking satellite vector. You know, you just get out of there.
Yeah, Ashen has that Blossom. There goes the Graviton Surge. It's going to find one. The Blossom goes, but there's nobody there.
I think Ohio State was ready for that. They were expecting the grab on that corner there. So 3 of them backed.
But both DPS are dead, so they're going to have to give up a lot of space here, and Kansas can just extend their lead by a couple more centimeters before they get challenged again.
Okay, Annihilation on the board for Ohio State here. Interested to see how they'll use it in this upcoming
They're going to have Rally on the board here, too, for this next fight.
Yes. OC first to swing this corner, maybe clear a little bit of space.
Yep, Kansas just need to leave.
We just have to leave.
Goes down. Not a good start here. My Dog just caught out on an island. The rest of the Jayhawks need to retreat. They just need to leave.
I think we needed to leave quite a bit sooner there.
Yeah.
You don't have the ults to fight that, especially if we don't.
Ooh, a good kill onto Mafia, though.
Yeah, if we're not comfortable Kitsuneing there, we need to leave sooner. I think it's a mistake to stay if we're not going to use that ult.
Yep. Because I guarantee you what's going to happen here is King Donut's going to pop that Annihilation, and Rhett's going to pop that Rally.
We need the Kitsune first here, I think. I think it's very strong.
Ooh, and a good kill onto Yum. Lau just in the air, neoing those shots from fake Alfie's overcharge.
Pulse Bomb Kid come out from Mafia, wasn't able to find
There's the Annihilation, and My Dog just happy to sit in there. And there is the Rally from Rhett, just like I predicted. Oh, and here comes even
another
Orbital.
Wow, they spent a lot for that team fight.
They did.
They are going to win it because they spent a lot.
But now they're not going to have anything. No team really is going to have any ult for this next fight.
Anything either. This is the thing we were talking about pre-game a little bit. The ult economy management here for Ohio State is really good. They know when they're able to overcommit just to get extra lead. Like, they know that they need to get this forward spawn point, this fight, so they're willing to spend for it. It's really good.
And it now gives Ohio State a lot of room for error. It gives them a big margin of error to work with here. Even if they lose this fight, which King Donut, they're looking really hurt. He's going to go ahead and have to pop that form, be able to get away and get healing, try to manage that cooldown. And the Buckeyes will dance away here from the point, content to give Kansas some space to work with.
Yeah, I do think the high charge Zarya is going to be really threatening here until they walk at them with form. Here comes the form. Now we have to back up. Our backline is really, really threatened by this Tracer.
Yep.
Recall does come out, but still a lot of pressure.
Stays
from the Tracer.
up.
She stays
really
a little too long.
aggressively. very aggressive despite that recall no longer being in the pocket. Lau finds one back onto Ashton. It's not going to matter. Swirlhawk gets King Donut. Big value for the Kiriko player.
Can we find this Juno? It'd be good kill to find.
Or at least just...
My Dog Die's really looking for it. Is anybody else up with him? Nobody else is able to finish that kill. They get forward spun. This is really scary. This is an overcommitment, I think. That Ram is about to walk at him. He's about to get cornered. He's got to get out of there, like now.
Yeah, he's
like
not
10 minutes ago, kind of now.
He's not going to be able to. He's going to go ahead and pop that Graviton Surge to buy himself some space. He's just going to still stay up.
Oh, he got the Wu-Yang! Oh! Are they going to
Red goes down.
King Donut's on the ground.
King Donut goes down. Oh, no, but Yum and Mafia find 2 more.
This is an even 3v3 here.
It's a 3v3. No tanks on the board here. Yum finds one onto Fake Alfie. It's just going to be Ashton on the island. He has to Wraith for him here. Gets a little bit of health back. Does find it, but it's not going to matter. Mafia kills him out. And now it's just Cynics on the Wu-Yang
just
against
on
the
point.
Tracer.
Wow. Oh, man. I thought we were going to win that fight there. That was really, really sketchy from My Dog Die. Then he caught the Wu-Yang ult, and I went, oh, my gosh, this is going to go in our favor.
Even still, it was not great from My Dog Die. He forced to use that the Graviton Surge there to stay alive. And that's honestly, in my opinion, a fight win for Ohio State. Because now you don't have to worry about a Graviton Surge when you go ahead and pop that Annihilation, when you pop that Orbital, when you pop what's going to be another rally on board.
I don't love this Kitsune. They do have the OC already swung around this wide angle.
Yeah,
so
Yum
the Kitsune,
onto Fake Alfie.
In order to play in this Kitsune, you have to be playing in the...
Yep, and there goes the Orbital, and it just does too much healing, and Lau doesn't die. Rhett finds 2. And there goes Cynics down. There goes Swirlhawk down.
Would I be crazy to say I feel like there's just so much pressure from Cynics, but I'm not feeling like our DPS are applying quite the same pressure as their DPS are.
They're getting traded out, though, is the problem. They're getting found out and picked.
Yeah.
Ashton's going to go ahead and match the Tracer here. Kansas really need to dig in, and they need to dig deep here and find something. They need to find a way to answer back, and Yum's going to find Swirlhawk out again. Fake Ashton.
Pulse Bomb comes down on Ashton. I would have loved to have seen that.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Ohio State's just going to go ahead and burn their ultimates here. They know Kansas aren't really close to anything, and it's just going to be a one-fight sort of situation here if Kansas can go to touch. And they will, but they got to play it careful here. They cannot afford to lose anybody early on here. They can't lose the first fight. Ashton looks worse for it. Goes ahead and gets that Wu-Yang ult. Running down, Lau will find the kill onto Lau. If they can get rid of...
Boom, Break Shield broken. This is really, really good value from our Tracer here.
Yeah, it is great value, but
really good.
But the rest of his team is dying. There's the Graviton Surge. Mafia goes, but King Donut's still alive with the support of with Yum. Yum's going to fall to 6,
we
but
stepped off the point!
It! And Ohio State go up 2-0 in the series.
I have a feeling that Cynics thought he was maybe on the point there.
No, but he had to back up.
He had to back up.
Because one of two things is going to happen. Either you kill that Ramatra, or you die on point, and the end result's the exact same either way. Oh, and we'll cut away from the play a game here.
Brutal. All right.
It's a Sojourn play a game, I can tell you that much.
It is
I don't know what happened.
Play of the game.
But yeah, that's a frustrating loss there. That, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, there are 2 fights there that KU can ill afford to lose, and they lost both of them.
Yes.
It's when My Dog Died is up way too far, getting way too greedy, and has to Graviton to stay alive, and then dies anyway.
Yep.
Completely apart from his team. Henry, what do you think that second one was? I want to see if we were thinking the same thing.
The second team fight that we needed to win?
Yeah.
I think that it was that fight where we used Kitsune and the OC was already swung out wide. Yep. I do think that was a poor choice.
Yeah.
They already had won that space. The bot was already past that. We weren't actually... There's this term, it's almost like you're cheating. You're playing for space that you don't actually own. This is something that a coach had taught me in the past when I was playing a lot of Reinhardt. You can't play as if you own space. You have to fight for that space. So when OC was used and they swung that wide angle and they were able to take that sort of, it's not high ground, but it's an off angle, right? Right near the halfway point. Once the OC is out, you have to respect it. You have to back up. That space is already won. In my opinion, there is no fight there. Perhaps the team saw something I didn't, and perhaps there was a fight that was winnable there. But when the Kitsune is used, you can't play in it. You can't stand in the Kitsune when you have an OCing Sojourn on an off angle that has full visibility of the Kitsune Rush. There's not a whole lot of options there. So I think that, again, that game really did come down to minor errors because, like you said at the beginning, it was a momentum-based game mode. So any of those fights that we're able to win, we're up ult economy, we're up everything that we need to be up to win the next fight if we win that earlier fight. But unfortunately, not able to find those values.
Yeah, again, that really frustrating there. Kansas doing I want to say they did a little bit of a better job responding to the aggression, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. The ult economy just not there for them, and you have to have that, especially with the Zarya on the board. That Graviton Surge is so powerful to shut down a push.
Yeah, I think if I'm in my Dog Died's head, I guarantee that at that moment he was screaming at his team, why aren't we up? Why aren't we walking at these guys who are just respawning, you know? Why aren't we walking at the Juno who got away for free at the end of the fight? A lot of pressure I'm sure he felt could be applied that wasn't being applied by his teammates. I can imagine that would have been pretty frustrating, but I do think the grab might have been a mistake. I think that team fight turned
you just have to take the death
sour earlier.
I think honestly you take the death and keep the Graviton.
You have to keep the Graviton.
That can flip a fight.
And maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, maybe we're just both wrong here. We don't know what we're talking about. We're not on the varsity roster, so we don't know. We might not know. But now Kansas have to be perfect for the next 3 maps.
They call it the reverse sweep.
They have to go for the reverse sweep here, and it's going to be Kings. If there is one map that KU Esports can play and play well, it's Kings Row.
It's Kings Row, unless there's a flanker, and a really threatening flanker, as we saw with Utah. That was an issue.
Even as we saw here in this match on Runasapi,
the Tracer?
The Tracer player.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Completely.
able to get insane value there.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about bans a little bit here. We have a Reaper ban from Ohio State and the Ramantra ban from Kansas.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Reaper ban? Because I think I know where the Ramantra ban is coming from.
I think the Reaper ban, I think they're going to play Winston.
Really, on the first point, I actually can see it.
I think because Reaper is so good against a Winston, I think they're going to go heavy dive on first point here if they're attacking.
So there's the potential for that. There's also the potential that the Reaper signals perhaps that they don't want to have to deal with the Zarya Reaper brawl. But with the Ramantra ban, I'm not so sure we're going to stay on the Zarya. There's a chance we stay on the Zarya. There's a chance we hit the Reinhardt for a little while. And then there's also the chance that we hit the Orisa on defense. All good options for Kansas. So the board is pretty open here. The board is pretty open in terms of bans. Looks like we are
but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ohio State try an aggressive dive comp.
I wouldn't either.
Because they have learned over the last 2 maps that they can get away with being aggressive in Kansas's face. They know they can get in that backline and get a lot of free real estate. So, there's no reason for them not to go it. They're up 2, they're on series point, they can afford to play a little risky, or they can just play it safe and just get the job done and pack up a quick 3-0 win.
I think that's probably what they're going to aim for here.
I would like to see them play a little risky. I would like some drama. I would like some entertainment.
So here's a little bit of drama. Here's a little bit of risk. When you see Ohio State attack here, it'll be interesting to see if the Reaper ban was for a different option. For example, it could be a Doomfist. If you know the streamer Super TF, loves to play Doomfist first point Kings. Even LH Cloudy, the best Rhine player in the world, at least I think he's still the best Rhine player. I don't know if Derpy's better than him. Anyways, still likes to play the Doomfist on the first point here.
No, it's a Haz.
It is Hazard, which makes sense for the Reaper ban as well. Interested to see if they'll keep it for offense. It's going to be Lucio Curie for both teams. No Wu Yang on the board here.
Yeah, everything except for the tanks is a mirror here. My Dog Died just going to go ahead and get up in the face of this Hazard player. I mean, that's kind of the only thing you have to do there with such a close-range character. Not able to get a lot of charge off early on, which is going to work in the favor of Ohio State.
Yeah, so they're controlling the high ground here, and we're going to need to have a solution for that. We can see our Genji on the top right climbing up to the high ground, looking to contest it.
Yeah, Mafia's looking really worse for wear here, and he's going to go down. My Dog Died finding the opening kill here. Cynics finds one on the Yum. Both DPS for Ohio State are down, and their Kiriko's caught out. Can they get the punishing kill? No, they cannot. This Suzu TP comes out here for Lau, and he stays alive.
Sheesh.
And that's going to be a quick point capture here for the Jayhawks, giving themselves, what, 5 minutes to work with?
Clean, yeah, 5:39.
Yeah, almost 6 whole minutes to work with here. Really good effort here from Kansas. King Donut going to have to pull out that Zarya mirror here, and now it is a full mirror match on King's Row.
You know, something I don't really understand is the Hazard Zarya matchup. I don't really know where, well, I don't know how that matchup is played.
Yeah.
I don't play a lot of Hazard. I play a lot of Zarya.
Yeah, Lau is just
I feel like it's always a toss-up.
completely content to get aggressive there and play Kiriko like a flex DPS player.
It's good.
It's good, though. He
So-
gets a lot of value out of it.
That's the way to just sort of farm damage on that character. It's really good. It's going to be a tough little chokehold to break. We're going to need
wonder
to get
how
the
much
bubbles out
charge
first.
King Donut has. Like, he's got... should have insane amounts of charge
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
he's probably full charge right now. He just bought
Here comes the
2 bubbles.
Kitsune. The Jayhawks just need to kite away from this, and they do. They need to stay alive. They need to buy themselves some time
teams
here.
split up a little bit here.
They're fine. They're still within bubble range.
It looks like Ohio
of my
State
dog
wasn't
head.
comfortable pushing past that Kitsune, which
Well,
is probably smart.
And also, just keep them stuck under the arch. Keep them stuck in that choke.
Okay,
And
here's our Kitsune to win this archway.
Yeah, it's good, though. And it's Mafia down a great dash from Fake Alfie.
Clean.
And they'll get great value out of that Kitsune. They get past the choke point of the arch, and now they got to fight for these series of corners here, going up to the second point. Like one of the, if not the hardest point to take on this entire map is second point Kings. They still got that Graviton. That Graviton's going to fire away. Gets a ton of value here. They have to beat to stay alive. Lau gets one onto Fake Alfie. Didn't have Blade to use there. That's all right, though. They do get rid of that beat, which is massive value for when Fake Alfie's Blade gets online. It's all right. They lose a little bit of space here, but that's okay. They're going to get right back in it here. My dog that's still at 100 charge. Mafia's got to be careful. He has to dash away. Lots of big damage coming out here for the Jayhawks. They're going to go ahead and beat early here just to get in.
Yeah.
It's good. Can they find a kill here? Can they get some value? There goes Yum. There goes the counter Kitsune. Cynics falls, and so does Ashton. It might be a quick little reversal here. My Dog Day looking worse for wear. He doesn't have a lot of health. Healing comes through. The Blade finds Rhett. King Donut finds Swirl. Fake Alfie finds Lau. This is super winnable for Kansas. They can just pull through here, and they cannot. As just off screen, My Dog Died also perishes.
Yeah, looks like we need to be on the same page here. We had a Blade come out, we had the OC beat come out, so you're able to swing your Sojourn out wide, which is good. Lots of pressure from the Sojourn there. Sojourn did find one, but it seemed like she was the only one doing the damage. Ashton was almost a solo kill there.
Yeah.
We need to be on the same page here.
And here comes the Graviton from Ohio State, but there's no beat to save the Jayhawks this time, and it's going to be a full team kill. And they still have that Blade on board.
I think it was a 4-man grab. Are we on the same page in terms of comms even? We need to be thinking about what their fight plan is.
Yeah.
Perhaps we're content to lose that fight just to start because we know that they have their win condition is grab in that fight.
Yeah.
But we need to be thinking about it. We need to be playing this as a team.
Kansas still have their Kitsune here. My Dog Died really close to another Graviton Surge. King Donut not close enough. They still have that Blade. The next ult online for Ohio State's going to be their Kitsune on Lau. But it might not come up in time if the fight kicks off and gets really energetic here. But no, they're going to go quick. They're going to get aggressive. They're going to get in the face of the Jayhawks here. Forcing out a lot of cooldowns from Kansas. That Graviton's now online.
Suzu out as well. We're going to be looking for the grab around the corner. Unfortunately, now Ohio State has put us in a position where we have to win the same fight that we already won again.
May have to use that Kitsune from Swirlhawk just to win it, just to get out of the arch door here. There goes the Graviton. Graviton gets everybody on the Ohio State team. They find Lau first. The Blade comes from Mafia. It will find nobody. Now they're just going to walk them down. Kansas pull off a 4-piece to get themselves over the hurdle.
Very, very, very well played there. And we're able to get some cart push here. We are going to have to win another team fight to win this point, though. That's what Ohio State wanted. They wanted that grab in the same spot that it already was.
And they're going to have just about every ult possible on the board to push back the Jayhawks.
Yep, we're going to have beat coming up. We need to get the beat online before the Kitsune comes out.
And they need to and the timing on it has to be perfect.
95%. Here we go.
There goes the Kitsune.
We have to walk back.
They have to walk
okay,
away.
we're kiting. We're kiting. We're choosing
Very
to kite.
good.
We don't want to spend the beat. Oh, My Dog Died's a little bit split here. Are they going to walk at him? They're not going to choose to walk at him.
It'd be risky if they did.
Yes, it would be. 4 looking at you on that angle. Here's the OC from Yum. Oh, my God.
Here comes the beat. It's good. The second beat,
Oh,
though,
my God.
he was in the air a little
better.
too long. It was better.
Oh, man. we're waiting too long. We're extending these fights way too long, and Ohio State is more poised. They're more prepared to deal with the long fight situation. They have the beat in the pocket if they really need it.
And Ashton just gets caught out there and dies. Fake Alfie also. Oh, no, he stays alive. Well, it's going to be tough here. They have the Graviton Surge to work with on King Donut, but they have no other ultimates here. Kansas are going to have at least 2 to work with. They have the Blade. They have the OC. And if they can go quick enough, they might be able to get the Graviton Surge online.
Grav's going to come online right at the end of this fight here. We're going to see if we can keep our team alive long enough to play for it. Does not look like it. We already spent beat.
There goes King Donut's Graviton. It's going to find everybody on the team. And Ashton's going to get his shots deflected back in his face. And that is going to be all she wrote here for this half.
Guys, I don't know. Ohio State is they're thinking like 3 fights ahead. They're thinking, we spend beat this fight. 2 fights from now, we'll grab first and we'll win the game. I guarantee that they know their game plan. They know that this is the way that the ult economy is going to work out. And Kansas needs to understand that and respect it.
What really kind of got them there was that insane bit of beat health.
Yes.
On that before the final fight there, that was insane. It almost didn't pan out for them, but he stays up in the air just long enough to get like that extra bit because it heals more the longer you fall, right? Or something
beat?
Like that? Yeah, beat. Like, isn't there a way like you increase beats healing?
No, that was an April Fool's thing.
Okay, that's right.
It was a fun little tidbit there at one point in the game. But no, the beat, their beat was better because it came later in a fight that was decided purely by the DPS. So Yum popped the OC, our beat came out, they were able to wait and then spend the beat, keep Yum alive, and put so much pressure on us that we didn't have an answer for. We thought that beat was our answer to the pressure, but they had even more pressure that they were ready to spend to get that fight win. They're thinking 2-3 fights ahead, knowing what they can and can't spend based on what we can.
Now, looking at our screens here,
oh man,
this is. Yum's going to try to go for that early pick, and I wonder if Lau and Rhett are going to stick with
Weaver Mercy.
These options here. Oh, nope, they're just going to troll their own Widowmaker, just prevent him from getting shot in the head, and they're going to go ahead and switch off there. Yeah, they were going for the Weaver pull and the Mercy damage buff there onto the Widowmaker to try to find a devastating early kill.
It's so much micro just for like 1 kill potentially. It's so funny.
But it would have been really funny if they hit it.
It would have been really cool, actually. I mean, I think that's a funny play, but these upper level games.
Oh, and Mafia's the first to die again here in these opening engagements. This is good for Kansas. The longer they can stall Ohio State on this opening point, the more chance they have to force an over. Actually, it wouldn't be overtime. They just straight win it. If Ohio State can't cap on this first point, Kansas would just straight win it.
Yes.
So they have to really dig in here. They have to make Ohio State work for it. They can't let them play the fast, quick game they've been playing this entire series. And so far, they're doing it.
Yeah, so far we have really good high ground control here. Look at this Genji trying to jump up there and get some pressure on our Sojourn. Is he going to stay? He's not even able to stay. Look at his health bar.
But neither is my dog died. He's getting burned down to the ground here. And Lau's going to try to find a kill here, but the Suzu goes off to try to keep my dog died alive. Ashton falls, though, just off screen.
Look at that pressure from Lau. I mean, that is what you want your Kiriko to do.
And both support players are down for Kansas. This is not good. This is a really bad situation, but it's not going to matter. Fake Alfie finds one back.
They got to find Lau here.
Can the Jayhawk stay alive? My dog die's gone. Swirlhawk finds Mafia, but they get wrapped up by Rhett and King Donut, and that's going to be point cap for the Buckeyes.
Okay, we fought for a little longer than they did. They're going to have about 4 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to have
about 5 minutes.
They're going to have about 5 minutes. It's doable.
It's doable.
It's really doable, but you got to manage the ultimates wisely here for Kansas. They have to be perfect.
Our fight plans need to be better than theirs.
Ooh, almost run down Rhett here. Going to try to pick him out of the corner. He's just going to sit far enough back to where those pulse nades aren't going to really matter.
Are we going to look for early grab here? I think that my dog wants to walk up and grab here.
Here comes the Kitsune to get
Got
out.
to back up.
He's going to go ahead and grab it. That's actually really smart there. They'll get King Donut off the board. And they also have the Kitsune mirror. Oh, Ashton gets his disruption shot deflected.
Not so sure about our Kitsune. I mean, we win the fight.
I don't think it was needed, really.
No, but Graviton was our answer to Kitsune.
Yeah,
and I would hope that was what was said in comms. If it wasn't, and that was just a miscommunication, It's a little unfortunate. Because now they do have the grab in the pocket, they have the OC in the pocket, and they have beat faster than Cynics has
They're
beat.
just going to ult dump this. Yum finds the early kill on the Ashen. Yeah, if Ohio State might just ult dump this.
This is a 2-fight game, so even if they win this one, we get one more fight.
My Dog Dive finds Mafia here. My Dog Dive perishes. Here comes the Blade, the teleport. He gets booped away. He gets booped away, but it doesn't matter. He'll finds the reset, but Lau comes right back in for the kill, and Lau finds a second one.
Wow, you have to be ready for what the support backline's answer is going to be for your Blade. You know they have Suzu, they have TP, and they have Beat. Even though they're low health, they have so many solutions to that Blade that it's going to be a little bit frustrating for Fake Alfie there.
You can burn dash, and you just get booped.
You just get booped, and then you're just swiping your Blade at nothing.
Yep, you're stuck walking. So that was fight 1 of 2 that Ohio State needs to win this match here. And here comes the Graviton. Here comes the beat. Oh, I don't think my Dog Dive got the beat.
Did he? I don't think he did.
I think he don't think he got the beat.
Lucius got in the backline here. They have to kill the Lucio. That's
going to be it.
Ashen finds another. Is anyone alive to even touch the point? My Dog Dive switching the ball, trying to get for the emergency touch.
They don't have
5 meters, 3 meters. Gets the touch.
Oh,
Cynics in the backline.
Is still there. I don't think he's going to be able to be alive for much longer.
They did already spend beats.
Yeah,
so
there's the
no
there's the Kitsune from Lau. My Dog Dive's only going to be able to do so much here,
and
that's just going to have to be accepting fate here, and Ohio State will walk away with this series, proving why they are undefeated in the Overwatch rankings here. Still the team to beat.
This is the team to beat, man. Wow.
2 King Donut plays.
Tough one.
2 play games for King Donut tonight.
Yes, this is true. 1 on Orisa, 1 on Zarya.
Well.
All right, we don't need to watch that.
We don't need to watch that, no.
A pity. I can hear it. I can hear the Blade coming out. No. All right. So, heartbreaker, painful.
Heartbreaker, yeah.
You know, I would have liked us to win that series.
I would have liked
to take a map.
Take a map. Taking a map is good. Taking a map is good.
You are against the 1 seed, and when you're playing the 1 seed, you're underdog no matter what. So winning the game feels great no matter who you are if you're up against the 1 seed. If you're against the best team in the division, this team is still undefeated. If they win next week, they will be completely undefeated on the season against every single other competitor in our division.
And that will lock them into a very comfortable bracket run in Vegas.
Yes, it will lock them into a good bracket run. Cough pause. Yeah, sorry. I'm a little bit sick. I don't know if you can hear the stuffiness in my voice. No. So it's tough. That whole series, it did seem like Ohio State had their ultimate game sorted out. They had better fight plans than us. Every match. They had better fight plans. They were thinking 2 to 3 fights ahead. Yeah.
Great. Cool.
You feel free to take over.
You were cooking with the analysis. I didn't want to jump in with my own lackluster analysis, but yes, it would very much appear that Ohio State were very prescient, were very almost omniscient with how they were wanting to go through this series.
Yeah, they always had an ult in the pocket that KU didn't expect. There was always one more at the end of the fight that turned the fight.
Absolutely, and they looked very comfortable even when they were losing fights. Even when they were not winning an engagement, they're just like, okay, cool, we'll take this one on the chin. We'll come back and deck you with a quick right hand. It's tough. It's a really tough loss tonight, but
it's a hard one to win though.
But but we do have a break next week, so hopefully all of our teams can get a good bit of practice in their preparation for is it the final week?
Final week of PEC. It will be up against Syracuse.
Up against Syracuse. That one honestly, I'm more excited for. I think.
Okay.
I think I'm more excited for that one.
I know, especially because we're kind of neck and neck.
Yeah.
When you're up against someone that's exactly the same as you, that makes for a really good series.
Absolutely.
So, should be a fun one.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Tomorrow night is going to be Valorant. This Thursday, League of Legends. And Henry, anything else the people at home should know before we send them on their merry way?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling upset about it. I'm feeling sad about it, but our team's going to just sort of take it and learn from it, get better and better and better. You never know. Next year we take them down.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are maps that could have been turned if we were just a little bit more tuned in. So
absolutely.
Always things to learn. Still a lot of fun to watch. This team is always a lot of fun to watch. I love Overwatch. So
absolutely,
I love Overwatch.
That's all from us, folks. Keep it locked and have a good night.